Alright, what is going on, guys? Spiteful is back again, coming at you with a top 10 speed characters. Now, this list took quite a while when I was streaming to put it together. I think it took us about 2 hours to actually come to an agreement on this list. Now, let's just get into it. First honorable mention, we're going to have to give it to Movie Toshiro. Now, he is a Soul Reaper killer with a strong attack, damage, link, and frenzy. On top of all that, he does have a charge third strong attack, which honestly to me feels a little lackluster just because the range isn't really as good as someone as third anniversary Ulquiorra. Next, we do have Lisa. Now, Lisa is absolutely an amazing character, and it's past Lisa, which is really good because she's simply just a Soul Reaper without the Hollow affiliation. It allows her to actually be more relevant in content such as Droplet Zone and Inheritance Zone. On top of that, she is a Soul Reaper killer with relatively good range on her first strong attack. She has good range on her third despite it not being full screen, and she has a Crawling Vortex with Frenzy and high SP. It just makes her a very good character for Guild Quest as well. Next, we do have the Lost Agent Sajin. He's actually incredibly good with Frenzy, good range, and he is a range character along with Lisa. He just has really good range on his strong attacks, and he does rock Frenzy and Poise, and on top of all that, he does have Last Ditch Survival, which when he dies, he actually revives with all of his strong attacks back. He's not going to make waves in PvP, but however, he's overall just a good value character. Alright, and last but not least, we have White Day Tsukishima. White Day Tsukishima is a very interesting character because all of his stats are incredibly balanced. And then to mix it all up, he has a normal attack damage link of 20%. He doesn't have Frenzy, but he has a barrier. He has good NAD. He has good strong attacks. He has pretty good range. He is a range character himself. And he is a human, so he doesn't have to worry that much about the human killer disadvantage.
Hey Spiteful, I'm posting this in the comments. You said that there's no human killers, but Mayuri kills humans, man. You forgot that.
Well, excuse me, motherfucker. It's not my fault that I recorded this early. Alright, and what would be 10th on the list if it wasn't for the new Ichigo coming out? Broken. Blue Kenpachi. Now, Blue Kenpachi was released early March or April of 2 years ago. Oh my god, he's almost 2 years old. Jesus, it's crazy. Anyways, this character was absolutely made to last. 1028 stamina, 670 attack, 361 defense, with Flurry and Poise. He also rocks a long reach of 15%, which is incredibly good. His NAT is absolutely viable. He does have a second strong attack, which is a 10-second buff for the party, with a 40-second cooldown, if I remember correctly. He has a full screen third strong attack, guard breaks with all of his attacks, and on top of all that, he is a damage reduction character with an Espada killer. With his second strong attack actually being a buff, his attack, defense, and focus all get amplified by 33%, which is honestly the reason that he's been so viable for so long. Yeah, so before we get into this list, I guess we can honestly say that it's about time that we retire Broken. Oh, well, looks like you're already taking your break. Alright, let's just move on. Fine then. Alright, and now 10th on the list we have Tag Team Ikaku. Now, Tag Team Ikaku has some very large indicators that cause him to not be as good as he possibly could be. He does have a barrier for his second strong attack, which is a 40-second cooldown, and he is a character with Frenzy, rocking a whopping 753 spiritual pressure, 642 attack, 1052 stamina. He is a range-based character, which is actually quite good. He has good range on his strong attack 3, he has good range on his strong attack 2. The problem is that the cooltime is so freaking annoying, and his strong attack 1, despite having good range, he's not consistent enough when it comes down to dealing damage since his cooldown timers are so long. From 40 seconds and 24 seconds, it just, honestly, I feel like that really hurts him quite a lot. He does have a full stamina damage increase of 20%, which honestly helps him out a lot, especially in the normal attack damage department, because since he's actually going to be having to use his NAD, he's going to definitely need that. He does have a bruiser of 20%. He's rocking 40% on devastation. He doesn't have any status elements, and he does have a Soul Reaper and a Rancor killer, which is the main reason that he's on this list to begin with. Alright, and 9th on the list we have Tag Team Ret Suzanne. Now, Tag Team Ret Suzanne is an incredibly good character, and I probably would rank her up higher on the list if it wasn't for the fact that she does have some glaring issues when it comes down to how she was innately built. She is very good, don't get me wrong, but getting into her, she does have a Soul Reaper and a Rancor killer, which is incredibly critical. So those are the best killers in the game. She's also rocking Frenzy with 724 spiritual pressure. She has an elongated vortex for her strong attack 2. It is a walking vortex, which allows her to actually make use of her NAD. And even though she gets a long reach of 20%, she does not have any range on her normal attack damage string. It's actually abysmal. She does have a full screen third strong attack, a full screen special. She has paralysis on all of her attacks, which actually makes her quite unique, and also it just makes her very, very good. Her first strong attack is the standard lunge, and overall she's just a very high value character. She does rock a 25% stamina recovery link, which actually helps, especially in the department of autoing. And I think that she definitely earned her spot here. Alright, and next on the list, honestly, I actually quite enjoy this character a little too much. I probably would rank him somewhere in the top 5, honestly, if it was completely up to me. But anyways, we do have Shinji, and this Shinji is... oh, he's such a good character. He has a Soul Reaper killer, and he's rocking 774 spiritual pressure, 641 attack, 1059 stamina, incredibly high by the way. He's rocking Frenzy and a debilitator of plus 5 seconds. Despite him only getting confusion as the status elements he gives out, personally I don't like confusion. However, he does have a full screen third strong attack. His strong attack 1 and 2 do take a while to actually complete. He is invincible during those frames of his strong attack, which actually helps him auto quite a bit. He is rocking an enhanced damage reduction link of 20%, which in my opinion is incredibly good. His special actually transforms him into his hollow version, which is incredibly critical because all the magnifications of his strong attack 1, 2, and 3 all get increased by 30%. And on top of all that, when he uses his special, he actually gets all the cooldown timers reset. So it's like he has a built-in strong attack recharge. I feel like he honestly is incredibly underrated, and I highly like this character. When his transformation does run out, he actually gets his strong attacks back again, which is, in my opinion, one of the best mechanics of transformation. Alright, and next on the list is Spirit Society Gin, and this is actually one of my favorite characters in the game. He is rocking Frenzy, and as a team healer with a strong attack recharge 12% link, it's incredibly good. 636 attack, 765 spiritual pressure, and 1052 stamina. This character is very good for autoing, especially considering he has a full screen third strong attack, a first strong attack with relatively good range, and his normal attack actually is piercing and pushes the enemies back, which allows him to actually gather up more time in order to potentially get his heal off. As a range character, this character is by far one of the best speed characters in the game. And then on top of that, he has Burn on his special with Debilitator and a Devastation of 40%. He obviously is a team healer with Medic, and yeah, I just absolutely adore this character. Alright, and next on the list we have Kabuto. Now this character is a no affiliation character with the Soul Reaper killer. He's rocking 1030 stamina, 645 attack, 745 spiritual pressure with Frenzy, and he's also rocking Debilitator with weakening and paralysis. Well, weakening on his third strong attack and paralysis on his special. I believe that his third strong attack is along the lines of White Zangetsu. It's been a while since I actually got to play with him. And overall, I wish I had this character. I hear a lot of talk about using him for guild quests, PvE content, just pretty much everywhere except for like PvP. He's rocking 40% devastation along with a long reach of 20% and a bruiser 20%, so his nat is actually viable. Alright, and here comes the hate. Next on the list we have Bankai Rukia. Now Bankai Rukia is an incredible character. She does have an Arankar killer with the Soul Reaper affiliation. She's rocking 745 spiritual pressure. She's clearly made to last. 648 attack, 1046 stamina, 357 defense, long reach and bruiser of 20%, which makes her nat actually viable. Her special does cause a walking vortex around her, which is incredibly good. She has a freeze immunity, and on top of all that, she has a devastation of 40%. And with freeze on all of her attacks with a debilitator of 5 seconds, she's just absolutely beefy. Her second strong attack is quite interesting as a vortex character, but she does have a full screen third strong attack on top of a lunge first strong attack. This character is literally just my cup of tea. Alright, and next on the list we have the one that surpassed the one-armed masturbator, Shun Sweet, the head captain. Now this character is an absolute treat to play with, and I feel like everybody voted for Shun Sweet to be higher than Rukia simply because he killed quicker. Not necessarily because of the status elements. Personally, I value status elements incredibly highly. However, this character is rocking 737 spiritual pressure. He's over a year and 3 months old now. 646 attack, 995 stamina. Frenzy, he is rocking a Havoc of 20% for his first and second strong attack. That's incredibly critical. He does rock a third strong attack, which has a full screen radius, and a special that's also full screen. His special hits 8 times and has the potential to insta-kill. And one of my favorite things about this character is the fact his strong attack 2 has one of the highest magnifications in the game. Honestly, this character is a treat to use in co-op, especially against bosses, because bosses in co-op do not get pushed back, which is absolutely insane, because this second strong attack actually hits more than your special does, and that is something to be absolutely proud of in my opinion. And overall, this character is just incredibly good. From Guild Quest to PvP to PvE, this character literally does it all. Alright, and next on the list we have 1000-Year Bloodwork Yoruichi. And don't get me wrong, I really wanted to put her higher up on the list, but I feel like the characters above her just do unfair things and unhealthy things for the meta of the game, in my opinion. But yeah, she is a Hollow Killer with a Soul Reaper affiliation, 1042 stamina, 653 attack, 774 spiritual pressure. She does have a sprinter of +1, but keep in mind that she is a yoruichi, so she has 3 flash steps naturally, which makes that 4 with the sprinter. She has a long reach of 20%, a bruiser of 20%, and oh my god, when she transforms, is that mad absolutely viable. Devastation of 40% makes her special incredibly insane. She does have frenzy to match with that high spiritual pressure, and then on top of all that, she has debilitator with paralysis on all of her attacks. Like I said, with frenzy, she has a high chance of actually causing that paralysis. And to make matters even better, she's a strong attack damage 20% character, but she also rocks a transformation mechanic, which resets the cooldown on all of her strong attacks. And when she gets out of that transformation state, they reset again. But during the transformation state, she gets an increase of about 30% to all of her mags. She deals massive amounts of damage. Since she gets her cooldown timers back, she pretty much has a higher chance of paralyzing the enemy if they're not already dead. This character is just absolutely made to last, and she's honestly not only a treat to play with, but she just feels like so much fun to play with, to be honest. Alright, and next on the list we have Chad, the Bond version. And yes, we actually got some Hispanic recognition up in this bitch since they keep shafting my halibels. Anyways, Captain Killer, human affiliation, doesn't really have to worry about any human affiliation disadvantage. Give me a break. You think Miyuri's gonna actually do anything to this guy?
Hell to the no, to the no, 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 no. Hell no, no, to the no, no. Hell to the no, no, to the no, 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 no. Hell to the no, no, to the no, no.
Rocking 1081 stamina, literally the highest in the game. 733 attack, 602 spiritual pressure. Who cares about that? He has flurry, so we're gonna be slapping some chappies on that bitch. 388 defense, 356 focus. He does have enhancer and a team boost for 20 seconds, which is absolutely insane. Now his second strong attack has a cooldown timer of 40 seconds, but it's okay because he has a team buff with enhancer, which makes that 20 seconds. Which means that this character is probably going to destroy everything in front of him in PvP. His first strong attack has some good range on it with the chance to paralyze. His third strong attack is a full screen third strong attack with the chance to paralyze with multi-hits. It guard breaks. He does have poise, so he's not going to be interrupted in PvP. He has devastation at 20%, but who cares? You're still clapping them cheeks. And he does not have debilitator, but however, even his special has paralyzed. So if you get the soul bomb in PvP, he's probably clapping them cheeks, boy. Yeah. Nah, this character, in my opinion, is just unhealthy for the game. he even has a damage reduction link. Like, how broken can you possibly get? This character can auto literally every content in the game that allows him to even step foot inside, except for like extreme co-op, IZ co-op, droplet zone. No, he can auto droplet zone co-op. Let's be real here. Honestly, Chad is just an absolute insane character. He's literally broken 2.0. Alright, first on the list, 1000-Year Blood War Lost Agent, Quincy, New Year 2019, Fullbring, Shikai, Dangai, whatever you want to call him, like Quincy Ichigo. That's what we're calling him. Anyways, he has a no affiliation with a no affiliation killer. 794 spiritual pressure with frenzy. He's an absolute ridiculous monster of a beast, and he has the long hair to match it up. 1065 stamina, 358 defense, 642 attack. Like, how do you give him almost 800 spiritual pressure and higher than average attack for a character with frenzy? That's just insane in my opinion. Now keep in mind that he has weakening on literally all of his attacks. With frenzy means his strong attacks are probably going to induce weakening. He's a strong attack recharge 14% character, so he's going to be viable literally everywhere in the game. And I mean everywhere. Maybe not PvP, we're going to actually have to test that. But for Guild Quest, strong attack recharge 14% links with full screen strong attacks are usually some of the best in the game. Just look at Soifon, for example. He's rocking a bruiser of 20%. His normal attack damage string actually pierces and pushes enemies back. His first strong attack actually has good range and spread on it, and then on his second strong attack, it splits off into 3, but the mags are so high that but his mags are so high, literally, but his mags are like Shun Sweets to the point where if you were actually in front of the enemy that you're trying to kill, you're most likely gonna nuke them down quite a bit. He's rocking a 40% devastation, which is pretty standard. He's rocking a 40% devastation, which is pretty standard for characters with frenzy. But he does have debilitator to match up with all the weakening. He has a freeze immunity for God knows what reason aside from wanting to be able to auto everything in the game. And on top of all that, the developers decided to slap Sprinter +2 onto him, so he has 3 flash steps. This character is literally going to be a lightning bolt in the battlefield, and absolutely a must-have for anybody. Oh, why do you have a 0.5% pull rate, bro? Why you gotta do this to me, K-Lab? Anyways, at the end of the day, that's my list. If you got a problem with it, make your own fucking list and then be done with it. Anyways, I'm gonna leave it at that. Y'all know this, guys. Grind on, catch me up, hit me up, stay blessed. Y'all wish you the best of luck in your summons. Keep in mind that this is just my opinion, and my opinion is fact. No, it's not really fact, but, like, we put quite a lot of effort into this list, so I hope y'all appreciate it. Like I said, I'll be reading all my comments. If you guys have a different list of your own, leave it in the comments. If you put an actual explanation on why you believe something should be there. I do read everything. I do actually read everything. It's actually unhealthy. But I'm gonna leave it at that. Y'all know this, guys. Grind on, catch me up, hit me up, stay blessed. I wish you the best of luck in your summons, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.